Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of the C podcast. And today we have Julian with us, who's going to share her experience and the kind of problems she has faced in terms of mental health and how did she cope up with her problems. Hi, Julian. How are you?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm fine. Thank you for
Right. Good
inviting
afternoon.
me.
Yes, yes, of course. So, Julian, first of all, you have a wonderful tie, and is it a uniform or is it were you at work?
I was actually at work, but it is my casual dress
Oh,
top.
okay. All right. All right. No, it's wonderful. I like the tie. I wish I had one. I'd buy it soon then. All right. So, Julian, tell me, what do you do basically? You just introduce yourself to our listeners.
Right now, I'm actually working as a medical representative. I have been working for around 3 years already since
Hmm.
graduating college. So yeah,
Okay.
I haven't stopped working since then.
Okay, nice, nice, nice. Julian, I'm just very curious to know, about you, of course, the story that has happened. I mean, the kind of problems that you faced. I definitely want to know that. But before that, let's just start off with your hobbies. So, could you tell me, what are your hobbies apart from work? I understand you're working, but apart from that, what do you do, day-to-day life and your hobbies?
First, I'm actually like focusing on studies. When way back, uh, I was just a regular student, and then go home at work. Go home. But after that, I started joining pageants. I also joined sports. I was also participating in like singing contest, dancing contest. I
Oh,
just want to try everything. Yes, I have a lot of hobbies. Actually, I also tried calligraphy, but right now my hobby, like I am focusing right now, is like cosplaying.
okay.
I actually attended a convention last Saturday, and that
Mm-hmm.
was really fun. Like having my focus in that, that was really amazing for me.
Right, right, right. That's wonderful. I mean, lots of things. So you sing, right? I mean, you do sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So what we'll do is maybe in a couple of sessions, maybe next time we can have you singing and we'll be uploading that as well. All right, all right, all right. So Julian, your personality is really warm and you seems to be a very fun to around person. So were you like this in your childhood or how exactly were you in your childhood?
Actually, it's not like this. I am not like this at first because I was too focused. Again, I am the eldest in the family. So, the
Oh,
typical Asian culture, like if you
right,
are the eldest, you must, after graduating, you must support your family, something like that. So it's not really fun. Fun is not exactly the word because
right,
there's
right,
a
right,
lot of pressure in that. But
right,
later on, I have realized that, we only live once. Our life is only,
right,
we're living this only once, so we must enjoy at its fullest. Like we must
right.
do everything that we want to do. So yeah, I actually talked to my parents regarding that. That you know, mother, father, I want to do this. I am enjoying this. So can you at least allow me to do this? And then they're like, go. You weren't telling something about that before. So yeah, you just talk to us about what you want to do for fun or in your life, of course.
Right, 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 right. Understood. So, Julian, we were having a discussion earlier, and we were discussing that the first time when you actually started to feeling something different, or facing certain problems mentally, that was when you were at least 8 or 9. So, could you tell me what exactly have happened, and what was the thought process going on back then?
Actually, it's really hard and it's a very sensitive topic, but
Hmm. Hmm.
my psychiatrist said and psychiatrist said that I must face it. I must, at least talk about it so that I can at least help some who are
Right,
also
right.
experiencing it. So uh, I cannot exactly remember if it was, but it was around 8 or 9 when I first
Mm-hmm.
encountered that experience, you know. So that was my childhood friend. I cannot exactly call him already a friend because that's not what friends are doing. But that harassment was really something that totally changed my life and even totally changed my outlook in life. So, at a very young age, not normal to have to experience something like that. We were
Right.
playing, at the age of 8 to 9. You were supposed to be playing, having fun with your friends, and then that person was like a senior or like, uh, um, yeah, my senior. Like he was around 15 something already, and as someone who was very young, I'm just following him, like whatever he was telling us, like okay, do something like this, do something like that. I will be going to do this to you, but uh, the lucky part on that is that one of my friend who somehow understood what he was doing, what he was trying to do to me, he saved me. Like he was, oh, I know what you're gonna do. Stop that. Don't continue that. I will tell
Mm.
everyone here. I will tell her parents something like. And I was very innocent. Like,
All right.
wait, what's going on?
All
What is
right.
happening? So yeah, he sent me to my parents and told my parents that this person, like the perpetrator or someone who is trying to do something bad, uh, tried to do that to me. But the worst part on that was I was the one being grounded. I was the one being punished. It was not the one who
Right.
was about to do that, but I was the one who get punished. I was grounded for like about more than 3 months because typically in the Asian culture, it's like you're ashamed. You are becoming the shame of the family if that news spread out, and
Right. Right.
that news
Right.
doesn't really spread that much, but some people already knew because like the mutual friend of this friend that
Mhm.
uh, told that situation, and then my family don't want other people to know more about that. So I was stuck in the house. uh, I was just sent to school and then go back home and then repeat. I wasn't allowed to even play outside. And then at that very young age, I cannot understand because why am I the one being punished when I was the one who was actually the victim?
Right.
So at that age, I cannot think of anything else. But you know, I was innocent though, so I was okay. I just follow. And then later on, after that, like, why is this situation continue to
Right.
happen in different person, different situations? And then at the end of the day, I was the one being punished again. So
Mhm.
yeah, uh that anxiety, that depression that I am experiencing up until now, that started there because why is it that there is victim blaming? Why is it
Right.
not the one? Why you are not the one blaming the one who did that? Isn't it
Right.
the other way around? So yeah,
Right.
and it became a shame for me to even talk to even a friend. I cannot even share it because
Mm.
I might be judged. I am afraid to be judged because even in the family I was punished,
Right.
and I thought that shouldn't be like that. So I was afraid to even talk about it, and that was hard.
Right. 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 So, Julian, I completely understand, and I'm sorry for that. Basically, I'm extremely sorry that you have to go on through this kind of incident. And I'm sure, when certain things like this happen, the very first thing that comes to our mind is our family support. That's really important.
Yes.
And I think that was also deprived in your case, and it must have been really tough to you. I completely understand. So, Julian, since all of these incidents were having, and you were having all of these thoughts in your mind, that why are you the one, the ones who's victim, or the one who's actually ignorant or innocent, let's say. This is the one who's going punished and something like that. I'm sure this must have happened. I mean, a couple of times you must be thinking the same. But at one point of time, since you're here, I'm hoping that you had a breakthrough. So Could you tell me about that? How exactly have you come out of it, from the whole toxic culture, let's say, the whole toxicity from in your mind, and how did you start living your life again? Where did you catch back to the life again?
Actually, uh, there was really tough. There was hard,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like depressed for more than a year or two. And I cannot, as what I've said, I can talk to anyone, like literally anyone, not even a family, not even a friend, close friends even. So I was stuck in my room like every night. I was crying, contemplating in life, like how am I going to surpass this?
Right.
And then I don't exactly know where this starts, but I woke up one day and then I thought that why would I be depressed? I am not the one who did the mistake. I am the victim here. So I'm thinking that the perpetrator or the one who did the wrong is living his life, his best life, while I am here stuck.
Mm.
It's kind of unfair. So I must why I was
Right.
asking myself, why would I be stuck here when I can enjoy, when I can uh go up in my life. So yeah, at that time I was looking for organization I think that can help. Uh, I haven't thought about psychiatrist or
Right.
psychometrist that time, but someone
Right.
or organization or a group that can help me.
Right.
But here in our country or the city, actually, it's kind of hard. And I think people are also afraid to come out to speak up.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that was hard. So I started from at least talking to some of my close friends who I know might understand me, but that was also a bit of a fail because some would like, oh, why didn't you ask for a support from the police? Why wouldn't you share that through
Right.
like yeah the officers, something like that? So
Mm-hmm.
like I don't need to share this to anyone, and I chose you. Like for me, having thought about that, so I also I was also thinking that okay, even telling this situation is hard, so I must choose the correct person to talk about it. And then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I came up with a very small circle of friends who I can talk to, like very talk this personal and sensitive topic. And then I am also lucky that I found them, like at least
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 persons. But even if it's one, it's okay. At least someone who can listen to you, who can, you don't need someone who can like give guidance to you or anything. You just want someone to listen, to at least listen. Like, if you're having an attack, panic attack, anxiety that time, you just need someone who can listen to you. Like, okay, you can just talk and talk all the time and he will just listen. You don't need someone who will just, okay, what are we going to do? You don't need to do anything.
Right. Right.
No, you
Right.
don't
Right.
need
Right.
to do anything. You just want to burst out. You just want to cry if you want to. And that's all. That other person doesn't need to do anything because you cannot even help yourself.
Right.
You're panicking, you're shaking, you cannot even help yourself. So how can others even help you, right? But at least listen. So that's where I started from looking for people or person who can actually listen to me, who can understand me and no judgment.
Right. That's really nice. At least you have found your ray of hope, in people that you can trust. I'm actually thankful to them as well. Really grateful because I understand what exactly can happen, when you're sexually harassed. I mean, that's a very sensitive topic again, but it can actually I mean, completely destroy your life if in case you don't come out of it because the trauma. I'm sure you must be still going through the trauma. And I understand, the trauma that happens, and it's a very dark phase, to be honest. And I'm happy that you have found your circle and finally opened up. But there's another thing, I just wanted to discuss that uh, when it comes to the society, or let's say when we talk about the people or the society that we're living in, sometimes they might not be. that good enough to understand what's the problem going on, and sometimes they have this taboo, and they just want to discover. And just as you mentioned that in Asian families, in the Asian society, sometimes you're not allowed to talk all of that because it directly depicts your dignity, and it can harm the family's reputation in the public or something like that. But in the parallel way, if we look around, the culprit is still going free. So did you ever try to do something to make sure that the culprit gets punished? Did you ever try, or tried any help, as in government helplines or something like that?
I actually haven't tried, and I am not planning because
Mhm.
I also thought about that, of course. But
Right, right.
I am my first priority, of course, is my peace. So all I seek lately and until now is the peace of my mind, my
Right,
peace. I want my having those uh, panic attacks, those anxieties. I don't want to experience that again. Although, of course,
right.
there are triggers. It's
Mhm.
not that easy. It's still hard.
I
But
understand.
at least, mm, I know what to do. I know how to calm myself. I know how to control as much as I can. I am doing my best to control it. So yes, but regarding that part where ask for others or for the government to you know seek justice or something like that. No, I haven't, and I actually erased that from my mind to ask help for that because I just want my peace because if I'm gonna seek justice, I'm going to face them again, and
Right,
it's hard. I
right,
cannot imagine myself having to meet them again,
right,
especially the last one was my boss or my superior at work. So it's really hard. I cannot even seeing even his name was hard. How much more if I'm gonna face him? So yeah, I decided to stop at that and just to focus on healing myself.
right, right, right. That's a nice thing, Julian. But I think the times have changed now, Julian. I'm sure the kind of system that we have now. I think it has been improved, and I think, as you have mentioned, I think this process, the whole process of taking legal action, that has to also simplify it so that you don't find problems also in order to make sure that you're taking certain actions. I think it should be really smooth, and it will happen for sure. It's happening, and for now, right now we are encouraging voices to come up and share their stories, and maybe one day people will hear it, and
Yeah.
society will change gradually. And I'm sure one day we don't have to take actions because there wouldn't be any crimes committed such as this, such horrendous as this. We're hoping for that. So yes, Julian, so this has happened. I mean, as you have told, the incidents have happened in your school days. Were there any kind of similar incidents that has happened again in your life again, in the few, I mean, after your schooling or something like that? Again, did you face any kind of issues, and if you did, how did you cope up with that, or did you retaliate? What did you do?
Again, it all started childhood days, but I was very confused. Why did it keep on happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
even in my teenage years, even when I was in college and up until I am working, I am still and I am still experiencing this situation, and it's very hard because it came to the point where I was even questioning myself: Am I doing wrong? Am I the one doing the mistake? Is
Mm-hmm.
there if there is someone to change? Is that me? I was even questioning myself. I changed how the way I dress up. I change how the way I interact with people. I am trying to change myself because I came to think that maybe the blame is on me, something like that. But then even adjusting to the society, no, it's
Right.
really
Yeah.
them. It's those people. It's not me. It's not those victims. It's not those. It's happening even in
Yeah.
the men or women, and people. It's not you. It's them. You don't have to blame yourself. You're
Right.
not doing anything wrong. They are the ones. They are the one who are thinking bad, thinking malicious.
Right.
The blame is not on you. You don't have to be strict on yourself, to be harsh on yourself. Your childhood self doesn't deserve that. I came to think that I have two personalities, or like self, two self, like my
Mm,
childhood,
mm,
the childhood me, the childhood Julian, and then the present me. And I
mm,
really owe a lot to my childhood. So, I am doing my best now to at least uh, give her the happiness she deserves, that she doesn't, that she haven't experienced when she was a child, because she was focusing on blaming herself, adjusting herself to the society. So now I came to the point where, oh, that's not that's not good. We're not the ones who are at, at wrong here. So we must focus on ourselves. We must focus on our happiness. We must seek the happiness we wanted since we are a child. So yes, I really decided to focus on myself. That my priority is myself, and not to think other people. Like, if they are thinking malicious things, because they are that, because they are bad persons, or because uh
right.
they
That's their
they are
upbringing or
very
something.
insecure with themselves. But think of it that you are not the one who is at wrong. Always think of that.
Right, right. So Julian, I mean, I just wanted to know if this has happened. I mean, this kind of incident has happened to you in recent times. Has this happened in recent times or okay?
Yes, actually, I already lost count on how many experiences I have uh
Mm,
in this situation. Like literally, I've lost count. Even catcalling is already considered harassment. So it's not good. It's not healthy. It's it's not supposed to be considered normal. It's not normal. It should be erased from the mind of everyone that, like, uh, touching, or even, yeah, especially
right,
touching anyone without their consent, like
right.
even a tap, something like that, should be asked for a permission.
Right.
As I said earlier, I am a cosplayer. I am cosplaying. If you are familiar, like, you are dressing up like the characters in the game, the
Mm-hmm,
anime, something like that. You are dressing up to be like them. You are portraying them. So there are times that I am dressing up like very sensual, because I am portraying that character. And in the convention, there are situations like people want to take a picture with you, and then because you are dressing up very seductive, some people are like really looking. But I always think about that. Okay, it's for your eyes only, but no touching. And then the good part in it was the people in the convention knew that, if you want to at least shake hands with us, you must ask permission. Like, they were really asking, okay, miss, can I take a picture with you? Can you hold me? Can you do this to me? Like, yeah, they are very, very understanding. They were
right,
asking for permission. But dude, it's not that hard. It's not hard to ask for a permission. Uh, we can allow that. We can, like, it all started from asking, and then sure, you can do a
right,
lot about that. Not like uh instantly, like you are just going to touch it without asking permission, and then it will go on to another, like, situation. It's not that
right,
good
right,
actually. And the victim, they will feel like, I just want to clarify this up, because some people like,
mm,
oh, he touched you, they touched you, you must shout,
right,
ask for help.
right,
No, when you were in that situation, you cannot even move. I was in that situation a couple of times, a lot of times,
right, mm,
and I have been thinking that, okay, the next time this may happen to me, I will do this. I will shout. I even have props. I even have pistol on me. I have a lot of things on me so that I can fight back. But
right,
no, once you're in the situation, you cannot do anything. You were in a state of panic. You will freeze. You cannot think clearly. All you are thinking is that what what he is touching me, something like that. You cannot move actually. So people who haven't experienced it yet, please do not tell the people who experienced that they should have asked for help, they should have shouted, they should
Right.
have done this, they should have fight back. No, you cannot do. You
Right.
literally cannot do anything when you were in that situation, and it's
Right.
again very sensitive. So I just want everyone to know that when you cannot say anything good to the victim, at least don't speak about it.
Right, right, Julian, right, Julian. Very wonderful. I'm really, I'm really glad that you brought up, this topic here, because sometimes when few people they do not know what has happened, or when they haven't experienced themselves, they pass on comments as in, you could have done this, you could have done that, go here, go do that, etc., etc. And you have also previously mentioned that you can't do anything and you don't have to do anything. You just have to listen to that person, to the victim, if at all you can, want to help in some or the other way. And I think that's really nice that you have brought this up. So that would come up to the next question that I wanted to ask. So since you have mentioned that as a person, let's say I haven't figured out, or let's say I haven't experienced anything like that, and I happen to meet someone who has gone through this kind of experience, and he or she, they want certain support. Of course, everyone wants that emotional support to be given. So how can a normal person can give support to a person like this, who has gone through something called as, a sexual harassment or something like that?
Actually, I am very lucky. I found my
Mhm,
friends who too that I have experienced those situations, and it's very like I call this soft moment because
mhm,
when there came, let me tell you like a bit of a story. There came a time that we were walking around at the park, and then these victims, like for me who has already experienced that, I am very triggered even in small things like people having doing whistles with me, calling me names who I
mhm,
am not someone like that, like hey girl, something like a cat calling. And then even there are even people who are trying to approach me, but then I have this friend. She's a girl also, and she's cute. Like I am even taller than her, but
mhm,
she understands the situation. She approached back the person who is trying to stand in front of me. She looked straight in the eyes and like no speaking, just look straight to the eyes of that person. And then like the person who was about to approach me and like supposed to harass me, maybe stopped and then like went away.
mhm,
I call it soft moment because my heart is very warm of that. Like imagine someone protecting you. She's not even that big. We cannot even handle situation if worst comes to worst. But having been saved by another person without you asking them, like I
mhm.
haven't even asked her to help me. Like, hey, that person is trying to harass me. That person
Right,
is trying to approach me in a malicious way. I need your help. I haven't even told her
right,
about that, but she know what to do. She fight for me. She fought for me, and that was really, that was very heartwarming. I am very that situation was very emotional for me. I even cried after that and thanked her. She answered back like, "No, it's nothing. You know, anyone shouldn't be experiencing that." But for me,
right,
who have been living myself all alone, who is just trying to survive, having to experience someone who will protect you, and the funny thing is that like she's not even that big again. It's like it's flattering. It's really
right,
good. It's like it's mending my heart it's very good to experience something like that. So for the people who want to comfort or to help their friends or someone they know that had experienced those harassment, at least be there. If you're not there for them physically, listen, like or like check on them. I have
Right.
friends who are checking me from time to time. Like
Right.
all of a sudden, they will just message me, "How are you? Are things doing good for you? Can I call you?" I was busy. Like my day was very hectic, and then someone will just message me about that. Made also my day. Like even up to night, I was
Right.
thinking about it. Having someone who are thinking about you, even you're not
Right.
physically together, you're not even in a relationship, or you don't need someone like you must be in a relationship or something. You must be very close with each other. I have not really strangers because we're now friends, but I have people here who was not my friends at first, but like messaging me up, "Hey, are you okay? I have read your rant. Can I do something? Do you want to speak to me? Do you want someone to listen to you?"
Right.
We
Hmm.
don't even know each other. We don't even know each other totally. And
Right.
yeah, you can do that. Like check on them, at least listen to them. It will comfort them. Seriously, it will like warm their heart because they just need someone to at least be there for them because uh having them experience that they cannot open up to anyone and it's hard for them. So at least be there. Everyone might uh uh not be for them, like especially the family, because sometimes family is also one of the reason why you are having
Right.
problems, anxieties, because you can also talk to them, but like you have your own issues with them, the pressures, everything. So you cannot add to the problems that you have in your home, and you want to consider your home. You want to stay that as a home, and you cannot speak up to any of your parents because they already have a lot to think of.
Right.
And as
Hmm.
the eldest, I cannot add more to their problems because I know they have a lot to think of. So I chose to uh, be alone. I chose to solve it on my own. And for someone who will just talk to me out of nowhere, like, "Hey, how are you? Have you already went home?" My work is like I am traveling from one place to another and having people to check on me from time to time, like, "Hey, we have this application called Life 360 where you can see where that person is."
Right.
And
Hmm.
there came a time that I like around 10 p.m. and they haven't been home. And then there are a lot of people who was messaging me, "Hey, where are you? Why are not you home yet?" Something like that. So it's really good to feel that okay,
Right.
now I can really say that I am not alone. I am not doing this only for myself. I have my friends behind my back. They are helping me. They're doing their best. And thinking that we all have different problems. We have different uh, anxieties or pressures we are experiencing, but they chose to think of you and comfort you, help you. It's like a different kind of
Right.
experience too.
Right.
Like for them, I know my friends, they have a lot of anxieties too, but they're still thinking of me, and that's,
Right.
that's all you
Right. I
need.
understand.
That's all the victims need.
Right. So Julian, again, now the times are changing. There's different time, and let's say right now, if someone faces such kind of things, what do you want to tell them? How do they approach, and what do you think is the right direction? Because the victims, of course, you know, taking care of them is one thing, but at the same time you'll have to punish the perpetrators, because you just can't keep on let it all happen to you again and again. So what do you think is the right approach for anyone who have been harassed? What should they do, and what's the right things that they should actually follow?
Since me myself haven't been reporting this to uh yes, to the government or like the police or to the officers, I cannot exactly, I don't actually know the exact advice, but for me, worry about the victim first. You don't have to instantly say to them that okay,
Right.
let's go report it. No, that's taboo. That's like that's a foul.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. You need to think of the victim first. How is she? How is he? Is, will he be okay?
I
Of
think we
course, we
should
are not okay.
take their time. I should be them. I think we should let them take their time, and then the following
Yes,
action should be taken. Right, right, right,
yes, actually, yes, that is
right, right,
true. And then after that, like, ask them if they are ready to open it up. If they are ready, because for me, I am not yet. So if they are ready, it takes a lot of courage to
right,
face
right. Of
the
course.
perpetrator. So they must be really ready, 100% more than 100% physically, mentally, spiritually ready for that. So ask them if they are ready. And then after that, if they ask you for help, like, yes, I can do it, but can I ask you to help me? If they are going to tell you that, yes, you can make the move, ask for people who can help you, ask for professionals. There's a lot who are willing to help. It's
Right,
just,
right.
it needs to be spoken up first. You just
Correct.
the victim must stand up for her first, for herself first.
Right, right. Very well said, Julian. Of course, I understand. And yeah, I think, as you have told, it takes courage to open up. And once that's done, I think then the rest of the process, that's really simple. You can, if at all it has happened in a work, if at all something like that happened in the work, then you can actually report it. There are many sections, acts, and all that's going on. And I think right now, corporates and, institutions, basically public or private, they have been working on this. And apart from that, I think in schoolings as well, because you told at 8 or 9 you did not have that knowledge what's happening to you. I think in the curriculum itself it has to mention where we can understand what's going on. The right sexual education, the sex education that we're talking about. I think that has to be also there, so that someone understands. They should understand what's going on with them. Because luckily you had a friend who understood it, but not many, and there are lots of people are suffering out there. So I think these are things that they has to do. And yeah, I think the world is changing. I'm sure this would change one day too. Hoping for people to understand this and take necessary actions and take their time. And thanks to you for joining us and letting us know your story. And I'm sure there are many people out there who would listen to you and they'll understand what to do, what not to do. And of course, thanks for being empathetic. You're being very empathetic, and we understand that you're completely focused on the victim because you yourself have gone through this issue. So yes, let's hope for the best. Let's hope that everyone listens to you, understands your story, and take necessary actions. Thank you, Julian. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope this has at least enlightened anyone, or at least uh, gave them a hope.
Right, right. Thank you, Julian. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.